Basic bar craft techniques for all types of bar. 1. Shaking. 2. Stirring. 3. Muddling. 4. Straining. 5. Flaming. 6. Layering. 7. Garnishing. 8. Rim salting, sugaring. 9. Carbonation. 10. Fat washing. 11. Smoking. 12. Infusions. 13. Barrel aging. 14. Fat washing. 15. Clarifying. 16. Nitro-fizzing. 17. Dehydration. 18. Sous-vide infusion. Each of these techniques can be used to create unique and delicious cocktails, and mastering them can take your bartending skills to the next level. Please read the below detailed bar craft techniques. Refer to the various skills and methods used by professional bartenders to create visually appealing and delicious cocktails. Shaking. This is a technique used to mix cocktails that contain ingredients that don't naturally combine well. Shaking is done by placing ice and ingredients in a cocktail shaker and shaking it vigorously to combine the ingredients and chill the drink. Stirring. Stirring is a technique used to mix cocktails that contain ingredients that do combine well, such as a martini. This technique is done by placing ice and ingredients in a mixing glass and stirring with a bar spoon until chilled. Muddling. Muddling is a technique used to extract flavors from herbs, fruits, and spices by crushing them in the bottom of a glass with a muddler. This technique is often used in mojitos and old-fashioned cocktails. Straining. Straining is a technique used to remove ice, fruit pulp, and other unwanted ingredients from a cocktail. This is often done by using a hawthorn strainer or a julep strainer. Flaming. Flaming is a technique used to add a touch of drama to a cocktail by lighting it on fire. This technique is often used with citrus peels and absinthe. Layering. Layering is a technique used to create a visually stunning cocktail with distinct layers of color. This is often done by pouring different ingredients into a glass in a specific order over the back of a spoon. Garnishing. Garnishing is the art of adding a finishing touch to a cocktail by adding fruits, herbs, or other decorative elements to the drink. This can include adding a citrus peel, a sprig of herbs, or even an edible flower. Rim salting, sugaring. This technique involves dipping the rim of a glass in salt or sugar to enhance the flavor of a cocktail or to add a decorative touch. This technique is commonly used in margaritas and other cocktails. Carbonation. Carbonation can be added to cocktails using a carbonation machine or by using carbonated mixers. This technique can add a fizzy, refreshing element to a cocktail. Fat washing. Fat washing is a technique used to infuse the flavor of fats, such as butter or bacon grease, into a spirit. This technique is often used in savory cocktails. Smoking. Smoking is a technique used to add a smoky flavor to cocktails by using a smoking gun or other smoking device. This technique is often used in whiskey-based cocktails. Infusions. Infusing spirits with herbs, fruits, and spices is a technique used to add unique flavors to cocktails. This technique involves steeping ingredients in a spirit for a period of time until the desired flavor is achieved. Barrel aging. Barrel aging is a technique used to impart flavors and complexity to spirits by aging them in barrels. This technique is commonly used with whiskey, rum, and tequila. Fat washing. Fat washing is a technique that involves infusing a spirit with the flavor of fat, such as butter, bacon, or olive oil. The fat is melted and added to the spirit, which is then chilled and strained to remove the fat. Clarifying. Clarifying is a technique that involves removing cloudiness or impurities from a cocktail. This is often done by using egg whites or other agents to bind to the impurities, which are then strained out. Nitro-fizzing. Nitro-fizzing is a technique that involves infusing a cocktail with nitrogen gas to create a creamy, smooth texture. This technique is often used with cocktails that contain dairy or egg whites. Dehydration. Dehydration is a technique that involves drying out fruits, herbs, or other ingredients to use as garnishes or to add to cocktails for flavor. This is often done using a dehydrator or an oven on a low temperature. Sous-vide infusion. Sous-vide infusion is a technique that involves infusing spirits with flavor by placing the spirit and the flavoring ingredients in a vacuum-sealed bag and cooking it at a low temperature in a water bath. This technique can create complex and nuanced flavors in spirits. Subscribe now for more great content.